Your financial life is really about money or math, but more of a money blueprint. Welcome to day 3 of Finance 101 with Tosin, and today we are talking about the money blueprint. So, what is a money blueprint? It is the internal programming and conditioning you carry about money. So, you want to think of your computer's operating system or the software that came with your phone. That software determines the kind of applications you can install on your phone. So, money mindset or money blueprint talks about what money means to you, what you think about rich people, what you think rich people are like, what you believe you deserve as a person, what you think is possible for you financially. And this programming did not fall from the sky. It was formed by what you learned directly and indirectly, what you heard, what you saw, and what you experienced growing up. So let me start with an example that sounds small but reveals a lot. Would you rather receive your salary as a lump sum paid to you on January 1 or a lump sum paid to you by December 31, or would you rather collect it monthly? That reveals a lot because it speaks to what you believe you are capable of when you get a huge sum of money. Some people would rather receive money late than receive it early. Not because they don't need money or they don't know what to do with it, but because deep down, they don't trust themselves to hold it. I often hear people say things like, please don't pay me now, pay me later. I'd rather collect my money last. If I collect it now, it will finish, or help me keep it before it disappears. What they are really saying when they say that is, I don't have the mindset, the habits, the systems, or the structure to manage money once it enters my hands. And that to me is not a money problem. It is a blueprint problem. Because if your blueprint says money is slippery, money is hard to keep, money is meant to disappear, then even when money comes, you won't feel safe with it. Either you delay in receiving it, you rush in spending it, you avoid planning, or treat every inflow like an emergency that must be used up immediately because you don't trust yourself that you can still have it tomorrow. Has it ever happened to you that when you receive your income, when you receive your salary, all the money goes pam, pam, pam before you even know what is going on? So now let's talk about how this blueprint is formed, because this is where it gets deep. Most of our money blueprints came from watching our parents or guardians, the way they handled money. Not what they taught us in words to say, oh, come and see, or this is how you treat money, this is what you do with money, but what they showed us with their pattern. Children learn money the same way they learn relationships, by observation. So if you're a parent, you need to pay attention at this point. If a child grows up in a home where bills are paid calmly, like it's normal for you to pay your bills, everybody understands that, oh, you need to set your priorities right, you set boundaries, savings, it's a normal thing, it's normal to invest even if the income is small. That child growing up in that kind of environment learns that money can be managed, that money is a tool, it's something you can direct, that you can plan, and that you can steward. But if a child grows up in a home where money matter leads to crisis, or let's say when money comes into the family, when the parents are boxed up, they have money, everything is good, but once they are broke, the whole family is in chaos. What that child is learning in that kind of setting is that, oh, money can be chaotic, money can bring chaos into your life. But here's the thing, our parents didn't need to say anything about money. The same way you don't have to tell your children anything about money right now. Once they see the way you live your life around money, they are picking up thought patterns, they are picking up habits. And those patterns that they are picking up from what you do, it's registering in their mind. If a parent is constantly saying, we don't have money, even when they have some that they can spare, what that child is hearing and internalizing is scarcity. So they grow up with the mindset that, oh, money is always absent. And when they start earning, either they spend it too quickly, not because they are irresponsible, but because deep down, they are still operating with that scarcity script that says, oh, if we don't spend it now, it will disappear. That is a script. And many of us, even as adults, we have that script ingrained somewhere at the back of our mind. So when money comes in, it has to go. You keep buying things, even the things that you do not necessarily need. Some people become oversavers because growing up, they saw a lot of hardship and scarcity. So even when they start earning, they cannot take care of themselves or take care of their immediate family. Have you seen people like that they're always saving up money, but they can't spend on themselves because stashing up money gives them a sense of security. So some people become overspenders too because they feel the more they spend, the more they feel worthy. So if they don't spend, they don't feel, and that is a result of emotional programming. So generosity can also be a part of a child's programming. If a child sees their parents giving or planning to give people, being generous, the child learns that generosity is something you can plan and that you can do and you can apply wisdom to. But if the child sees the parents are giving to outsiders, but deep down at home, they are suffering. The child begins to think that, oh, you only give money to people to impress them, whereas you can suffer privately. That child will see money as a tool that you can use to buy attention and affection. And there is the rich people's programming. If what you heard growing up was money is evil or rich people are greedy, by design, you want to avoid being rich because what you heard equated riches or being rich to being greedy or being evil. And because you've been taught not to be greedy, you've been taught not to be evil. You're avoiding being rich, being wealthy, because you don't want to be evil, you don't want to be greedy. All of those subconsciously make you shy away from opportunities, make you shy away from things that will expand, that will make you grow. When you see people underprice themselves, afraid to name their price tag, afraid to put a price to the value to bring to the table, it is because of the money blueprint they've been running with. So if you experience scarcity or instability, maybe there was a sudden loss, a sudden gain, maybe a parent lost their job, or business collapsed at some point, or a family member fell sick, or you experience that there was a sudden turn of events surrounding the finances of your parents growing up, it could have left an imprint that will serve me. Like a line of code, you may not have remembered the moment that that blueprint was ingrained in your mind, but your nervous system remembers it. Your habits, remember it. Your decisions right now, remember it. So that blueprint doesn't just sit in your mind, it shows up in the everyday patterns in your life, how you handle your money, how you handle your finances. It influences what you think you deserve, how comfortable you feel with wealth. Over time, this becomes like a self-fulfilling cycle. Like the way your beliefs form your choices will shape your habits, and your habits will shape your eventual outcome, your results. But here is the good news. Whatever blueprint you have is not a life sentence. It is not over. That blueprint you've been running with is not yours. Say with me, that blueprint is not mine. And the good part is you can rewrite that program. You have the power, you have the ability to write that program, because that negative cycle surrounding your finances, say it ends with me, I'm not going to pass it on to my children. That cycle, that wrong programming ends with me. I'm not passing it on to my children. Once you see your money programming, honest with yourself, you can challenge it and say, I need to replace this. This is not working. You can replace unhelpful habits with healthier ones. You can build new habits that will match the financial future that you really want and that you desire. You can become more intentional about what you're passing on to your children regarding money, because our children are watching. They are absorbing what we do. They are absorbing our habits, our patterns, our own systems. So here's the question worth sitting with today. What is my current money blueprint? So if your blueprint is not serving you, you need to rewrite the program. So here's the action step for today. You need to write down one money belief you absorbed from childhood. Once you write it down, you will go a step further by writing a healthier replacement for that program, for that belief that you want to adopt. So if you're a parent, you need to go one step further and identify what money patterns do I want my children to learn from me? What legacy around money, around finances do I want my children to take on from me? You are building wealth that will transcend your lifetime. I'll see you in Finance 101 tomorrow. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you tomorrow.